Hello, Welfare Line. Fattiest McBoy here. What you're watching right now will be a little video series with advice and tips and basically just everything you need to know about traveling to Cleveland for the Bash 3, which is going down this September Labor Day weekend. I figured this will be an easy way to go back and reference things. You can pull this, from the old YouTube and to help future questions that people may or may not have about coming to the Bash. So that's all this is. So here we are. We're coming up on mid-April, and it is at this stage of the game where you really need to start solidifying those plans to make it to Cleveland. If you're flying, you should be looking at flights. Generally, I think it's like Tuesdays and Thursdays you'll get the best prices on flights, and I think it's just about 6 or 9 weeks before your destination is also a good time to get some good prices on flights. And don't forget about those smaller independent airlines. They're a little cheaper. They do tend to, like Allegiant Airlines and airlines like that, will nitpick you on as far as luggage and carry-ons go, which will jack that price up. But if you're like me and you can travel light, it really is dollar for dollar the best way to go. So you might want to look at those as far as flights go. If you are driving, if you're within, well, I guess anywhere is driving distance if you got the time, but if you're driving, again, this is a good time to make sure the vehicle you're taking is roadworthy. If you need tires, or you need a new battery, or you need whatever, this would be the time to get it done so you're not scrambling when you get closer to September. Let's talk about accommodations. The last 2 years we stayed in a hotel that is not exactly 5-star accommodations, but it is TriStar accommodations. Like how I did that. It's not a classy hotel. It's dirty. Some of the rooms are worse than others, but generally, there's a bar downstairs. So at night, in the past, we'd spend our days at TriStar, and then at night we'd head back to the hotel. And with the bar downstairs, it makes it a lot easier to just stumble up the elevator to your room when you're ready to go, instead of having to hop in your car, or hop in a rental car, or hop in somebody else's car that may or may not have been drinking, and you really shouldn't be out on the road. So if that's your thing, if you want to party, you want to be part of the nightlife, I forget the name of the hotel, America's Best Hotels, something like that. I'm sure somebody will post something about that hotel down here. It really is. Number one, management loves us because we bring them lots of money in the form of renting rooms, and the bar it's the most profitable weekend that they have. So no cops, people are getting wild, they don't care. As long as you're not fist fighting and breaking shit, generally it's a good time. That's where I'll be staying. That's where a lot of. And if that hotel doesn't sound like something you'd be interested in staying in, you want something a little nicer, a little cleaner, a little classier, Davis is going to, or has been, checking out other hotels in the area, trying to get discounts with them. For those of you that are just maybe you're not into the nightlife sort of thing, or you just don't want to lay your head down in a place like that, which is completely understandable. So just stay close to the line. There will be posts in the future about the other hotels, because like I said, Vuk's on it. He takes very good care of us. Him and all the boys down there at TriStar do a wonderful job every year. So keep that in mind. Hotels and flights. two very important things you need to be nailing down right now. Alright, let's talk transportation while in Cleveland. For those of you like me who fly in, you really basically have two options, and that is catch rides with other people that have cars or rent a car. The hotel that we normally stay at is only a few miles down the same road as TriStar, so I've been lucky in the last two bashes to just catch rides with other people. Like, hey, you headed over to the shop, let me catch a ride. I'll sit in the trunk, go for a trunk ride, whatever it is. So there's that. I wouldn't worry too much about transportation from that particular hotel to TriStar. If you are staying at a separate hotel, you may or may not have other liners there with a car, so you may be on your own as maybe Uber or a taxi or renting a car. What else? And you know, so basically rides to and from the hotel to the shop on Bash weekend is generally not that big of an issue. If it is, like I said, save up a few money, get that Uber, get that taxi, get that rental car. But yeah, that's it. I wouldn't recommend skating from the hotel to TriStar. I'm guessing, but I want to say it's 6, 7, 8 miles. That's a long skate. I believe Lee Keys did it the first year. He could give you some advice on that. Let's talk a little spending money. A lot of us just don't have a lot of extra cash to throw around. You know, not like Sean Gantz, who's independently wealthy. So here's a couple of things that you might want to keep in mind when saving for that little extra spending money. Obviously food. You're going to want to eat. You're going to get hungry. Jim and the staff there at TriStar always have, I think it's usually on Saturday, we'll have like a big buffet style thing going on. That's what part of the Bash Fund is for. For those of you that are aware of the Bash Fund that we have going, that goes to help pay for the food. So I mean, really, if you're on a tight budget, at least that day will be covered, because there's always plenty of delicious food. Last year we had like burritos and shit. It was fucking awesome. I even took a little bit back to the room, put it in the fridge for a little late night snack, because there was that much extra food. So there's one day covered if you're on that tight of a budget. But you know, obviously you're going to want to plan for food. Also, you want to maybe pick up a little TriStar swag, Bash swag. You know, there's t-shirts, there's decks, there's the Bash deck from last year. Those will be available. The first Bash deck I don't have wall space for, but I do have that one still. So really, if you want to get down to brass tacks, you really want to save a few ducats for a shirt and a board, because those are nice to have. You know, for memories, you can look back, I can stare at that. You know, do whatever you do when you stare at stuff that you like. So yeah, that was it. Just a couple topics I wanted to touch on for the Bash, because this is really the time to start thinking about it, time start planning for it. Future episodes will go into some more detail-oriented stuff about various topics about the Bash weekend. So once again, it's me, Fat Ace McBoy. I want to thank you all for watching these, listening to my fat face talk a lot, and so I can't wait to see you all in Cleveland, man. Enjoy.